talking about the Titans here. The Titans.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone. It is gone. It is bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe. Go follow.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with Eric, Brendan, Dalt, and Ballpark Tommy. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
Man, what a win tonight. What a amazing way to keep the win streak alive. What a win, dude. Just everything seemed to work out in their favor tonight. They win 5-2. Offense kind of looked alive. Stott's getting hot. Ranger looked back a little bit to his normal self. I know velocity was down in the beginning. Sorry, I'm watching the Ravens and the Chiefs, but just absolutely amazing. Got James on with us tonight. I'm sure you're watching football as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I am. But anyway, I watched most of the game before turning on the football game. I watched most of the game. Then I flipped back near the end and saw Strong was near the end. But anyway, we scored 5 runs tonight, and 5 runs was pretty much all we needed. We jumped out to a 5-0 lead. What's the name? And we scored 5 runs, and each run represented a win. Our win streak, that's currently at 5. How ironic is that? 5 in a row by the Phillies at the right time. We got it, and we'll get, of course, more in the standings because a little bit later. But the Braves lost. I think the Mets were off today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so I think the Mets tied the Braves. I think now.
I believe so. Yeah. I'll pull up standings here while we're talking about it. But yeah, I mean, the Braves lost, we won. I'm waiting for it to update here. So, but yeah, I mean, they're tied with the Braves right now, and that's huge on standings for us. So, but going into the first topic, first thing we're going to talk about, Ranger, dude. I mean, he looked pretty dominant tonight. He, like I said earlier, his velocity was a little bit down, which is a little bit worrying, but he got out of some jams and went 5 innings pitched, only let up 3 hits, no runs, no earned runs, which is a big difference from his last couple starts. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, got his ERA back below a 3, so it's a 2.9 now. And he got the win. He's 12-6 on the season. He looked absolutely dominant, 5 shutout innings. After that was Jose Ruiz. He went 1 inning pitched, no hits, no earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 3.6 ERA. After that was Lazar, which Lazar's kind of been a little bit iffy lately. 1 inning pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run for 1 run, no walks, no strikeouts, no home runs, 3.24 ERA. Kerkering was after that. He let up a run as well. 1 inning pitched, 1 hit for 1 run, no walks, 2 strikeouts, 2.13 ERA. And then Strom, he gets the save. It's his 3rd of the season. 1 inning pitched, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout for a 2.14 ERA. So overall, I mean, Ranger was pretty locked down. And then, everybody after everybody basically other than Lazar and Kerkering were pretty locked down too. But I mean, I was hoping for a shutout win, but I'll still take a win regardless. What's up, Jordan? Glad to have you on here, man. Hope you're excited for the Birds tomorrow as well and excited for this Phillies win, dude. Go Phillies. But James, what did you think of Ranger? What did you think of pitching overall in the bullpen?
Oh man, and pitching. I mean, Ranger pitched 5 solid innings. I know I noticed his velocity was down tonight. He wasn't throwing. They were saying on the broadcast tonight when I watched some of the game in the early portion that they said his velocity was down, but he was still dealing out there tonight. And think about it, just because Miami, the Marlins lineup is a lot weaker than it was earlier this season. They just cleaned house. They don't even outside of that guy Berger. There's a bunch of names. There's like most of those names I never even heard of before. That's on
Well,
the
you heard of
Marlins.
Pache.
But
You heard of Pache, right?
except for Pache, yeah, I heard of Pache, but Pache's on there now. Pretty much their team's like a minor league team now. So we should either take 3 or 4 or sweep the Marlins at least.
I could see it. I could see it. But then
But
again, I mean, we always play down to the Marlins too. So we'll see, I guess. We'll
but
see.
even if we take 3 or 4, listen, we're still in good position no matter what. The way the things going with the standings right now.
False start, baby. Sorry, I'm watching football. I'm watching football, guys. So if you see me start clapping and whatnot. Sorry, James. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh,
False start on the Chiefs, though. False start. So, but yeah, I mean, we're gonna go into our next topic now. Offense. The offense kind of looked alive today. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of guys got hits, and just looked. Oh, God damn it! Mahomes always finds ways to get out of the pocket, dude. But yeah, I mean, offense looked absolutely on fire today. Swarber 1 for 5, Turner 0 for 4, Harper 0 for 3, Casty 0 for 3. So I mean, like those guys weren't hitting, but everybody else got at least one hit. Stott 2 for 4, Romuto 1 for 3, Marsh 1 for 3, Clements 1 for 3, and Rojas 1 for 4. Overall, 7 for 32, 5 runs, 4 RBI, 6 walks, 8 strikeouts. So pretty decent night. Again, I mean, they won. So, you know, like Jordan said here, the Braves already lost, dude. They already lost. Game's over. So good on us for getting another game back in the standings. But yeah, I mean, just absolutely great win by the offense. They got behind Ranger today. Anytime the Phillies put up 5 or more runs, it seems like they typically win games. And we don't really have to stress that much when watching. So, but I do want to say one thing. I'm getting really tired of Turner. And I only say that because he just seems so cold lately. And then like Harper, I think you should sit Harper for at least a couple games. You don't have to put him on the IL. You don't have to, injury list him, but sit him for maybe 3-4 games. I'm really worried with his elbow injury and him getting hit by the pitch last night. It really bothers me. It worries me. I don't want him to aggravate it more. And then, like, what's going on with Bohm, dude? It seems like they're really hush about Bohm. And I don't want it to turn into another Painter situation where they didn't really handle his injury well. For those of you that watched the game and were listening to Tom McCarthy talk earlier, I don't know. Like, he said that Bohm was taking BP earlier today and that he was still having pain in his hand. And again, that worries me because I don't want that going into the postseason. They got to figure something out. If you need to put him on an IL stint, go ahead. But he's been gone for, I'm pretty sure, almost a week and a half. And it's really, really worrisome how they're handling injuries. I mean, look at like the Turnbull injury. We talked about it a couple of times on here. Just really, really hush about it. And it's really, really annoying.
yeah. But yeah, offense they came alive. Bryson Stott had his 11th home run tonight. That's one man. That's one guy that needs to get hot in the postseason. This like he did when he hit the grand slam against the same Marlins last year in the wild card round. And by the way, speaking, but the offense coming alive again came alive for 5 runs against the Marlins with Bryson Stott hitting that home run. Yeah, but yeah, the Marlins, like I said, the the offense came alive. The Marlins are they're just not a good team. They let that organization just rebuilding, and we just took advantage. We took advantage to put a 5 spot on them. Because I remember last year when our offense last year against the Marlins, that team, when they had that lady as GM. She's no longer GM anymore. Kim. Her name was Kim. I remember her from last year, and I think the organization just dumped down this somehow this season. But getting back to what I was saying, uh, yeah, the offense just came through, and that's pretty much all I have to say about the offense. The offense just been doing its thing, and Schwarber at least got a hit tonight again. So he's at least being consistent, and that's all I have to really say about the offense. The offense is no problem as of late, 5 in a
Yeah.
row. Like I've been saying early in the broadcast, we just got to keep rolling, keep winning. If we keep doing that, we will have a good shot of winning the division, have a good shot of getting a first round bye. And it remains to be seen whether we get the 1 or 2 seed. But I
Right.
really like our chances at winning the division right now, and I do like our chances the way we're at a bye, especially with the schedule ahead with us 3 more against the Marlins, 3 against the Rays, and then hopefully we give the Mets at least take 2 or 3 against the Mets next
Right.
week. So
I could see the Mets being a tricky team, dude. I mean, they're really hot lately. But going into our next topic, next thing we're talking about, Bryson Stott, dude. He's on an absolute tear. Hit a monster home run tonight. 2 for 4. Accounted for 1 of those runs. He had 2 RBI. Only struck out once. .243 average on the season, and he just looked phenomenal. He looked phenomenal. I got to sneeze, Friday, so take it over.
yeah, Bryson Scott he's just been hot. I mean, the Lemonade King, he is. Like I said, he's getting hot at the right time. I mean, like the song, like his walk off song. Let ayo ayo okay. Lemonade King's just been doing his thing lately. Um, and I'll say one thing: it's going to be very important for him to get hot in the postseason. And if we've reached the NLCS and World Series, he's got to get hot because remember 2020. Remember a couple years ago, Shard, he wasn't doing well. I think was he in our lineup in 2022?
I think he was. I know last year he hit a grand slam in the postseason.
But
So
listen, if he can get hot in the postseason this year, with him being a little more experienced now, it's going to be trouble. It's bad if he can get hot, and everybody else, if a few of our other stars can be hot when a few are cold, it's going to be trouble for teams in the postseason. And I believe me with Scott being a nice young bat to start, I'll say one thing. He, along with the rest of the guys, they all can get hot, and we somehow get past the Dodgers, even though I got us losing against the Dodgers in the NLCS. If he can get hot, if we can get past the NL, I'm telling you one thing. I could see us being hated on in Philadelphia, being the underdogs against the AL team in the World Series, like 2022. But the only difference this time is if we are underdogs against an AL team and get the most hated on than ever, we're going to win the World Series. And that's why, because of Bryson Scott. I'm telling you right now, if we make the World Series, Bryson Scott is going to play like you've never seen him before. Watch. Sure.
I hope so, man. I hope so. That would be nice. That would be amazing. But yeah, I mean, Stott went off tonight. He's been really hot lately, doing his thing, and I love to see it. So, but going into our last topic, we're not going to keep everybody too long tonight because I know football's on and everybody wants to go watch the game, fantasy points, and get ready for the Eagles tomorrow. But they're on a win streak, dude. 5 straight, absolutely on fire. Like we said earlier, Braves lost. So, looking at the standings, let's look here. Yeah, so Braves lost. They're tied with the Mets right now. I mean, Braves are still second in the NL East, but they're tied with the Mets. They're both 8 games behind us. And looking at the wild card standings, again, the Braves and the Mets are tied. And I would really, really laugh if the Mets knock the Braves out of the playoffs. It would be absolutely hilarious. So I would love to see that. But again, Phillies are just on fire. They're getting back to the way that they were the first half of this season. And they have knock on wood, they have an easier schedule going into the last couple games of the season. So, like Friday said earlier, I could see this being a pretty decent schedule and a pretty decent couple wins coming up.
Yeah. But I think with the rules, getting back before I get to the win streak again, but getting back to the rules, I think if the Braves and Mets tied it again, I don't think there can be a tiebreaker game anymore because of the wild card round. So they have to base it off a head-to-head, right?
For who?
For the Braves and the Mets, it has to be. It can't be. They don't do game 163s anymore, right? If I'm correct, Sean.
So. But I think the Braves. I think head-to-head. I think Braves have it. I'm not 100% sure.
But wow, that's a strong development there going on there. If they end up tying, so. But anyway, getting to the win streak, we're 8 games ahead of both teams. I think
Correct.
The Braves play the Blue Jays, so we got to be Canada fans tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, I know me and you, Shard, are not going to be watching a ton of the Phillies game. We might flip back and forth every once in a while during the Eagles game tomorrow. But
right. So
since the Eagles only play one time a week, so. But anyway,
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. My focus is going to be primarily on the Eagles tomorrow. We'll still check in with the Phillies, but primarily we'll be Eagles tomorrow. But did you have anything else you wanted to add, or do you want to start closing out the show?
I think I'm going to start closing out the show because we're almost to the 2-minute warning of this first half. So yeah.
Well, that's really all we have for you guys tonight. Phillies win 5-2. Ranger Suarez gets the win. Matt Strom gets the save. Looking at Phillies probable pitchers for the Marlins. Tomorrow, it is Zach Wheeler on the mound, right-handed pitcher, 13-6 on the season, 2.63 ERA, 183 strikeouts for the Phillies. For the Marlins, we have Edward Cabrera, right-handed pitcher, 3-6 on the season, 5.3 ERA, 84 strikeouts for the Marlins, which means the Phillies will probably have a hard time hitting because anybody above a 5 ERA, they look like they're a Cy Young winner. So we'll see what happens with that tomorrow. But like I said earlier, I mean, the Phillies always have a tough time with the Marlins. They always lose at least one game. So that could very well be tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. But Phillies win 5-2. Everybody go watch the Chiefs and the Ravens. Have fun with fantasy if you're playing fantasy. I know, some of the players tonight. I have Xavier Worthy. He's getting me a lot of points. I have Justin Tucker. He's getting me some points. So go enjoy that. But on that note, we're going to roll the outro. Everybody have a good night. Enjoy some football. Go Birds. Go Phils. See you guys tomorrow.
The Vikings!
Swing and a drive, left field.